Huh?
Okay, that's fine.
2 months, whatever.
I'm not asking you how much you spend, how much time. Just tell me what you've read. That's all.
I've watched a lot of conference on YouTube and read a few books.
Sorry, YouTube?
Well, is that the problem?
No, it's not the problem. I'm just asking
Okay.
I was asking about books.
Okay.
You read any books?
I've read a lot of books.
Okay, so give me one book that you've read about religion.
Well, a lot of them, like, I don't know, The God Delusion, Christopher Hitchens books.
That's not a religious book.
No, they are books about religion.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't need
It's about an atheist perspective
Wait.
of religion.
Okay. There are also, for example, there is a website, I'm telling you, let me that they've done some research, right? So the Bible is on the internet, you can read it on the internet, right? And there are some websites that point out where the Bible contradicts itself, right? So you take a sentence here, and they have found another sentence that says exactly the opposite. So the claim that the Bible is the word of God
is a contradiction.
Sorry, yeah.
You found the contradiction.
If I tell you, oh, white is good, and then I go the next time and say, no, white is bad, and I write them in the same book, and then you come to me and say, oh, this book says the whole truth, and I say, well, this book says white is good, and then it says white is bad. What am I supposed to believe?
Okay, what if I showed you contradictions in science?
So this is,
would you then reject science?
Hold on a second.
Sorry,
if I showed you contradictions in science, would you reject science?
But science is... Sorry, that's the wrong question.
No, it's not. It's the same. I'm using your standards to judge science, which is your domain, I believe.
Science, if there is a contradiction in science, that is acknowledged, and people say, okay, why is there a contradiction? Is it because maybe the theory is wrong, or maybe the experiment was not accurate enough, or maybe we have discovered something new? That's the way contradictions are taken.
So science, can I say science is constantly evolving?
Oh yes, that's the whole point, yeah.
Okay. So is there anything factual in science you can tell me which will never evolve?
I think the whole point of science is that it's the pursuit of knowledge. So in the scientific pursuit, we understand, we as a species, as people, like men, has understood that, okay, I am a single man, okay, I know something, but I know very little about the world. Maybe I cannot prove gravity to you, but I know that my brain, wait a minute, but I know that my brain is easily fooled because maybe I see something moving and maybe I see a bush moving, like, oh, I'm scared, there might be a tiger. No, actually might be that was only the wind. Or, we are easily fooled by our minds. We think, many people say, oh, look at the chemtrails, oh, just use your eyes. No, my eyes are fucking shitty experimental devices, right? I can see anything. Wait a minute. I know that my eyes are easily fooled, right? So, a lot of men, if we as people come together, we acknowledge our limitations of our biological instruments, right? So today we say, oh, we think in like a lot of times ago, we thought that our eyes were what matter. If I see something, then it must be true. I know everything about it. But why do we have electron microscope today? Because we know that our eyes are limited, but there is more to that. So we came up with acknowledging our limitations and talking to each other, and together we, thought about things and discovered that there is more to it. So we thought, oh well, I cannot see electrons, but I can see there is something that points me in the direction of the electrons. So if I cannot see it, it means that it doesn't exist. Well, let's try and build a machine. Oh, actually, well, wait a minute, this machine is based on some principle, then you build on that, and you incrementally build the knowledge and the technology, and then finally you see, oh, actually, you see, electrons out there, even if no one can see them in the world, because our eyes are not equipped for that, but we can prove there's a chain of provable things, because many people have collaborated over hundreds of years to build that, and then somebody, or a few people with enough knowledge in that field can explain to you, hopefully in layman terms, or maybe to me, if I can understand, why that particular graph on signal on a graph means that there's an electron. And why do I believe them? Because of your phone. Because if they were wrong, this thing would not fucking work. Okay. But this works.
I'll tell you what, that thing in your hole which you keep in your hand, the phone, do you think the phone can just appear one day without anyone
it took a lot of, I would say 10,000 years to get here, right?
So which was more complex, this or the universe?
What question is that? What does that even
Very
mean?
simple.
No, it's not simple. It's not. What is complexity?
Complexity of the universe is
Well,
more
oh, wait,
complex than a phone, right? Do you
okay,
agree?
I got an argument for you. This
No,
one,
but you-
no, wait.
I let you talk for like 2 minutes,
This is-
and you're not even answering a simple question I'm asking you.
Okay,
Do you really
I'm
think?
trying to answer your question now.
Okay,
Sorry.
what was my question?
Your question is more complex, this thing or the universe?
And what is your answer?
This is part of the universe.
I know it is.
So therefore,
Before this existed, listen.
Therefore, the
Before
universe
this-
is more complex than this.
Before this existed, the
Yes.
universe existed, right?
Before
Before you
universe,
existed, the universe existed.
probably the universe was less complex. Yes.
Less complex.
Yeah. Before this thing existed, the universe didn't have this complexity in it, so it was less
I
complex.
really don't know what you mean by complex in that sense. Before even human beings existed, the universe existed.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay? If your phone cannot come by itself,
Yeah.
how do you think the
Oh,
universe
this
came
is
by itself?
the watchmaker thing. If there is something manufactured, then something must have manufactured the universe.
How would you respond to that?
That I don't see any reason for putting God into that.
You see, you are
This is
given
the-
every
this-
reason
this
for
is-
everything that exists today.
This
You
is
need
the
an
God of the
electron
gap.
microscope to see these little
Because we cannot-
microscopically
okay.
wise. You need X, Y, and Z to see this. But
Yeah.
when it comes to the universe,
Yeah.
you say we don't need to know this. I mean, come on, that is a basic question as a human being
Okay.
who is curious.
Yeah.
That is a basic question you should be
Yeah.
asking. Where did all this come about?
Which is
how?
I love that question. I'm fascinated by the
But
question.
you just say I don't know. That's all you say.
Do you know?
I'm telling you, as a person who believes in God,
Yeah.
I will say God created it.
Yeah.
But because you don't believe in God, you're
Yeah.
an atheist.
Yes.
That's the reason this line of questioning to you.
Yeah.
For you to say that I don't know
Okay.
where this complexity
So-
came from.
okay.
But you're more focused on this phone. Look, because of this, I believe. I mean, come on.
No, sorry. This is not my line of reasoning. I'm sorry.
So what is your line of reasoning about this complexity that comes up?
Okay.
Do you think,
I am
do you think
okay.
all this
I
just
am-
came by chance?
I am okay.
The fact that we are
Okay.
speaking here on Sunday
Yeah.
as human beings,
It's fantastic. And the fact that we are here to witness this today and not to slaughter each other like they did in the Middle Ages, I'm very lucky to live in this time.
And by the way, do you know, forget the Middle Ages,
Yeah.
slaughtering has been done by both religious and non-religious people.
Well, I don't see any slaughtering being done in the name of atheism.
Really? When
Yeah.
you say in the name of atheism, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
because if you say
You
by
can't
both-
say in the name of atheism because atheism is a concept. It
yeah.
basically just means you
Okay,
reject
but
God.
sorry,
I'm
we're on
talking
a
about
strike.
the
I'm sorry.
people-
I didn't want to
Yeah, I'm saying the people who reject God have committed a lot of atrocities.
as well. Yes. Yeah.
So don't just say.
Okay, but let's stick to the. I can follow you on that part, but let's
I'm
stick
saying
on the
we're having a discussion
Yeah.
here. Yes, for us to be here. Yes, if we didn't have the right amount of gravity or the right amount of sunlight, sunbeam distance,
I totally agree with you.
all this
And there
would
is
be
even-
non-existent.
There is even a thing like some physical constants, right? Like constant of gravity or other like Planck constant. All those things appear to be so fine-tuned that if any of these physical constants was even the slightest different, maybe the universe wouldn't be like it is now. Right?
And that's what I'm telling you.
But
All
this is the fine-tuning argument.
No, but
all
the fine-tuning,
the
look.
physics is all fine-tuned. Therefore, God, I don't do that
I'm
job.
not telling you to do that. I'm asking you what caused that fine-tuning.
I'm telling you.
For you
My
to say,
answer is I don't know.
exactly what I mean.
So what's the problem with that?
What my problem with that is
Yeah.
that for you to denounce all this existing, which
Yeah.
you can see,
Yeah.
which you can verify today with all the devices and scientific advancements,
Yes.
and you still say all this came about by accident, by chance,
No,
by nothing.
I say I don't know. And okay. My response to that is twofold. The first thing is I don't know, and on that I say
That's not much of a response.
wait. Okay, no. Saying I don't know is a response because if I had a child and he asked me how did we get to the moon, I can get a book and explain to him. If he said to me, ask me something else that I don't know about, I would tell to him, look, honestly, I don't know. If you're interested, I can look for some sources of information for you. So I don't know is a perfectly
Have you
valid
asked
answer.
yourself this question which I'm asking you before? Have you asked yourself this question?
Since I was a kid.
So why have you not looked at it?
Listen, this is the thing, yeah.
Why is it?
So
Why
you're not
is it
getting
the
me.
kid I don't know?
I have looked into it. Therefore, my two responses to that is one, I don't know.
Is it I don't know? I have not found it. Which one is it?
Okay,
Because it looks like you have researched it.
Yeah.
So either you have not found the answer, or you're just saying I don't know because just for the sake of it.
Okay, I think nobody really knows.
No, you can't say nobody. Because you haven't met everybody.
Okay, I don't think.
To
Okay,
make that statement is kind of.
I can say a lot of people don't know how the Big Bang works, me included, because I cannot explain the Big Bang to you in full detail. But we know as a species because people have found about it, right? Whereas what caused the Big Bang is still a question that is still in research. Right? My saying I don't know is because first I am not a theoretical physicist, I am not a quantum physicist, I am not a scholar, I am just a freaking programmer, right? So with an interest in science. So when I say I don't know, it means I personally don't know, and second, it means I haven't found any factual based sources or theory. I know that there are theories that have been brought about in the public scientific discourse, just like the one I was telling you by Richard Cross about particles appearing, disappearing. So science is still talking about it. There are theories proposed on the field up for discussion. For me, this is I don't know, but we're looking into it. And the second thing is, I personally don't have any need to put any sort of God into that equation. I don't feel that need, and I think so. My journey is that the logic.
When you say you don't have the need,
yeah.
I mean, that is like.
I hope that is enough of a responsibility.
For you to your need arises on the day when you realize that when you die there is actually an afterlife. What do you think? Do you think there's a possibility?
Okay, it's very simple. When we die, our brain stops the functions the way it does when we are alive. Okay, let me ask you a question.
As a physical body, yes.
Yeah, no, there is nothing altered by physical.
There's no. You don't believe there's a spiritual.
Okay, that's a wrong question. Okay, let me ask you something. Yes, this is a very nice and complex piece of equipment, right? It does amazing things. It's very, very complex. It works in certain ways. I put it I won't do that because I'm not that rich, but if I put there and I smash it, and then it doesn't work anymore, what happened to this phone? Did the soul of the phone fly away?
Are you serious?
I'm seriously asking you.
Okay. How is this compared to you? Which is more complex?
This is a fair rebuttal, so I'll drop the question. You want it. Okay, the reason this
wasn't a rebuttal, bro. It's common sense. For a person of science to ask such a question is ludicrous, honestly.
Which question?
The question you ask comparing this to you as a body.
Okay.
As a body.
Okay, let me explain to you why it is not ludicrous, why it is a serious question. The reason this thing stops working like we expect to. Let me finish my answer. If I break this and I burn it, or I drop and I break it, it doesn't work anymore because the electrical signals in here do not work anymore, right? The electrons in there are electrons flowing about.
Nothing to do with spiritual, my friend.
Okay, wait.
My question was about spiritual.
Okay, let me finish. I'm answering the question.
You're not really.
Okay,
you're comparing apples and oranges here.
Let me finish that. Okay, let me go straight to the point. What happens in the brain, okay, we know it's a fact because you can put electrodes in the brain and by electricity stimulate thoughts and feelings and stuff, right? Oh no, come on.
To a degree you can, but
okay, no, wait.
You can't do that much.
No, to a degree you can.
In fact, the scientists don't even know. They're still studying dreams. As to why dreams are.
Okay, this is not my point. My point is the brain is a piece of stuff that works by electrical signals, right?
Yeah, it's got electric signals.
Okay,
but they don't understand.
Okay. The fact that we don't know everything about love doesn't mean that we don't understand how the brain works. The brain. So let me finish my argument very briefly.
Yes, please.
The reason I compare this phone to my brain is that the brain is just a different piece of electrical equipment, right? It's biological electricity. When I die, it means that the laws of thermodynamics do not work anymore. I don't feed myself, right? I don't inject any more energy. So, second law of thermodynamics kicks in. There is no go to the lowest possible energy equilibrium. It means my brain does not have any more electrical signals, and if I don't have electrical signals flowing the way they are now, I am dead. There are degrees to that. If my brain gets injured and the electricity in my brain works 80% the way it used to be, I might get dementia, I might get bipolar, I might get all sorts of diseases.
I know that.
The point is that there is no need for spirituality to explain how your brain works.
You know what you're doing?
So
you're just explaining to me the function of the brain and the importance of it.
You asked me what happens when you die, and I'm telling you, because our brain is an electrical machine, just like when you break the phone, if you smash a hammer in my head, I'm dead because the phone is dead. It's the same thing.
Okay, it's not the same thing. I'll tell you why. Because when your phone is smashed, you can easily build another phone. But when your brain is smashed,
well, easily.
When your
Not
brain
really
is smashed,
easily.
trust me, you cannot build another brain. It's not the same thing. That's what I'm telling you. You're comparing apples and oranges. Now going back to my question about the afterlife. You see, as a person,
you say the fact
every time I talk, you want to interrupt.
Okay.
I did not interrupt you for 2 minutes at least.
Yeah, but you make claims.
I didn't make a claim. I'm asking you.
You say the difference between this and the brain is that you can easily build another one, but you can't build another brain. But that doesn't prove that this thing doesn't work on electricity.
No, you completely misunderstood what I said.
Okay, sorry.
I said that product over there is a product of a human being, of our intelligence.
Oh, yes.
Which again is using the brain. Yes.
Therefore, electricity
now hear me out.
Okay.
The brain is not just electricity. It's more than that.
No, it is.
Trust me. It's
No,
more than
trust
that.
me. It is. It's just chemistry.
It's just chemistry.
Of course.
So why can't you build another brain? If
Because it's too complex.
So what did you say?
It is too complex.
Oh, so it is complex, not simple.
Yeah.
You're contradicting yourself. You don't even realize that.
Okay, no, I didn't realize that.
You should, because
The brain is too complex.
The brain,
to be built by a human.
cannot be compared to the most powerful computer today, let alone a simple phone like yours.
We can't. No.
Exactly.
They're different.
So don't tell me
these are more powerful in many
ways.
ways.
You were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You were saying they were the same. They are not the same. It is not just a matter of.
No.
electricity.
I'm not saying okay, come on. They are not the same. This is not a brain. This is not a cell phone.
And that's what I'm telling you exactly.
Yeah, but the basis is the same.
The base is even not the same.
Electrons
My friend,
flowing.
listen, even the base is not the same. You know why? Because without the brain, that wouldn't come about.
That doesn't mean okay.
That means one is dependent on the other fully. Just like
this is a wrong argument. This is a wrong line of
reasoning. Just like we are dependent on God to be here in this world.
Your belief.
Yeah, of course it's my belief.
This
I never
okay.
impose it on you.
No.
But I'm telling you, for you to say I don't know, that is maybe your answer. That is maybe the scientists that you have studied their answer. But even scientists like Dawkins doesn't say that completely that there is no possibility God is there. Are you aware of that?
Nah, well, that's misstating his words.
No, it's not. You should read his books.
I read his books and I watched his talks.
And do you really think he says categorically that can never be a
God?
God?
If he said that, he would contradict himself.
Maybe yes, just like the way you did now.
But anyway, did I contradict myself?
Well, you said the brain and this is the same, just electricity.
No.
And then you changed.
Okay, this is not what I mean.
Maybe you should watch the video when it comes out.
Okay.
But anyway, let's not go there again. What I'm saying is that
you're putting some words in my mouth that I didn't say.
No, you check the video.
Okay. What I mean by these two things are the same. It means that
you said the same concept even. You even use those words. They are the same concept.
Okay.
And your main.
Will you allow me to explain to you what I mean by these two things are based on the same principle? Are the same?
Yeah, you said electricity already, didn't you?
But you didn't understand me, because of course a brain is not a cell phone. I'm not claiming that. That would be
so
silly.
What is the same concept you're talking about?
No.
A brain is working on the same physics, fundamental laws of physics that a cell phone and this microphone and this tarmac does.
Earlier you said it's chemistry, now it's physics. Which one is it? Make up your mind.
It's the same chemistry.
Same.
Oh, come on.
Don't tell me chemistry and physics is the same now, please.
Chemistry.
You're making it worse for yourself.
Wait a minute. Oh, come on, wait a minute. Why?
Chemistry and physics are same? Seriously? Since when? Why are there different fields in science? Because there's a reason for it.
The reason chemistry works like it does is because of the laws of physics underneath the atoms, right? They are not the same. Oh, come on. Why? They are not. We're saying they are the same.
I'm the one saying they are not the same. So you're agreeing with me now? Good.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's carry on. Look, I'm not saying you believe in the afterlife. I'm just saying if there is a possibility that there is an afterlife.
I think there is no possibility. Okay, sorry, finish.
I'm down, man.
sorry, I'm calm.
You don't need to be so defensive. Okay. What I'm saying is that if there is an afterlife, and there is a possibility, there is a possibility.
Yes.
You heard of the Pascal's wager, yes?
Which is
that there is a
not an argument to be brought about to demonstrate God, because it's, utterly debunked. Anyway.
Really? Okay, I'll see how you debunk it.
Yeah.
So let's see, there is a possibility of God afterlife, and there is a possibility
for the sake of argument,
of
okay.
afterlife.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is one aspect. The other aspect is you die and that's it. You become dust and that's the end of it.
Okay. This is what I really think is happening.
Yes. Now, if it is the latter, which is you die and that's it, end of it.
Which is what happens really in reality. Okay.
Well, you don't know the reality because you haven't died yet.
Well, have you ever seen anybody, like if you smash someone's brain, do they come alive again?
Well, they might not come alive physically, but they might come alive spiritually, which you can't see. Okay,
fine.
But anyway, let's not get there. I'm still explaining to you the Pascal's wager, and I want to see how you debunk it.
The Pascal wager, if I remember correctly, is what if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, what if you're wrong?
Yeah.
Then what happens?
What happens? What's the point?
You said
Why do I
you
have?
debunk it easily.
Okay. So
You said it's easily debunked.
yeah.
Debunk it.
Okay. So you explain me the question again because I can't remember.
you understood.
Yeah, no. Okay, I admit.
All right, let's say
Can you phrase the question
when you
again?
die,
Yes.
when you die, there is
Yeah.
two possibilities. One possibility is that
Oh yes, so I'd rather believe in God because that's a safer option. That's
you
the
want
thing,
me to
right?
explain it and you cut me off again.
Sorry. Go.
Calm down. Look, after you die, there is two possibilities. One
Yes.
possibility is that we become dust and that's it. Yes, we cease to exist. The second possibility is that when you die, there is actually another world, an afterlife, and there is God. And these two are the possibilities you have. Yes. So if you have the first possibility, which is you cease to exist,
Yep.
you see, neither you or I are going to lose much. Am I? Regardless of our belief in this world, yes, there is not much that we are going to lose.
Right.
However, if the second possibility that there is an afterlife,
Oh yes. I'm gonna lose a lot because there is nothing
doing
for
it
me.
again, brother.
Yeah.
I haven't finished explaining it. So the second possibility where you die and there is a possibility of afterlife,
Yes.
and this now becomes a fact. Once you have closed your eyes, once you're dead, then your spiritual eyes will open.
Yeah.
Yes. And you realize that there is this reality which I've denied all my life, and there is the possibility of all the spirituality and God, and now I'm going to face the consequence of what I did in the world.
Yes. Okay.
Now who's taking the bigger risk here, like my brother asked?
I think
Because I'm prepared for this life.
I think
For
you
the
okay.
afterlife.
I think the believer is taking the bigger risk.
Why?
Because you are living your life trying to please something that might not be there. Whereas I'm living my life based on different values that I
But
get.
remember
from-
I said the second possibility, that something which I'm trying to please is there. So if it
Yes,
is
so
true,
for me- okay.
listen, if it is true,
Yeah.
yes, I have actually prepared for it.
Yeah.
What have you done for that?
I haven't killed anyone for once.
No, but that's not all that sends you.
Yes, but what?
Your
So
salvation.
what do you do to be saved?
Okay, see, now you're asking the right question. In order to be saved, obviously you lead the life according to what the Almighty wants you to.
Okay.
So He's given you certain guidance
Yes.
to lead your life in this life, to stay
Sorry,
away
how?
from.
How is that guidance come to you?
Oh, it comes from Him. So it comes from God,
Yes.
and it comes via an angel to His messenger, which is then
Yeah.
passed on to us.
By how? Listening, thoughts, books, what? Books. Okay. Written by?
Written by who? Oh, actually written?
Physically
Yeah,
written.
physically written by human beings. But the actual book itself,
Yeah.
the content of it,
Yeah.
it is directly from the Almighty God.
Okay. So my answer to the Pastor Wager is
Wager.
for me. Basing your life according to this. So you think that there's a God that inspired some men to write some words, right? Words that, correct me if I'm wrong, they come from ancient times, right? Like
Word
what?
from God.
2,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago?
Doesn't matter.
No,
How long ago, but it's
how
from
long?
God.
How long? Well, how long?
Oh, it depends which book you're talking about.
But if there's
If
just
it's
one
the
book,
Quran is 1400 years.
1400.
If it is the Old New Testament is probably 2000 years. If it is the Old Testament.
but they do not agree with themselves, right?
No, but
The
you see-
Bible is contradicted. So
Hold on. Now you're going to what is inside the book. But
Yes.
before we discuss what's inside the book.
no, but if you
I
base your
want-
life on the book,
listen,
the
Listen,
book
my
content
friend.
must be very, very well written. Otherwise,
Actually, I agree with you. You see, this is a principle of the Quran. The Quran says that if this book is from anyone other than Allah,
Yeah.
then surely you'll find discrepancies in it. Yes? Chapter 4, verse 82. And this is what you have to realize, that this particular book is actually giving you an acid
Okay.
test to
Okay.
decipher whether it is from God or not.
Okay.
If this book is from anyone other than God, surely you'll find discrepancies and contradictions in it. And that is the reason, one of the reasons that we reject that the Bible today is
Right.
not the book it is claiming to be.
Yeah, it's very
And I agree
it's
with
contradicting
you.
in itself.
Absolutely, I totally agree
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
okay, okay.
And this is the principle
Yeah, okay.
of the Quran actually.
Right.
Now, if you find a book that doesn't contradict itself,
Yeah.
then what?
Okay. Well, then it's a well-written book.
Yeah, it's a well-written book which
That's
doesn't
it.
have
Doesn't prove that it's written by God.
No, but hold on,
Because
hold on.
any man can write a book that doesn't
You know the
self-contradict
question I
itself.
asked you is that
Yeah.
what if there is an afterlife? Then what is your plan
Okay.
B?
Okay. The Pascal wager is
You said it can easily be debunked.
Okay.
So far, you seem to be struggling.
Okay. I think I answered you, but I'm trying to. Okay, I'll try again. So, you think? Okay, you take the wager that there is a God that told you in some way that you base your life on. So the word of God inspires your life, right? Is that correct?
You're going too much into detail about the actual religion.
No.
We haven't come to that point yet.
I'm trying to answer your question.
No. What he actually asked you was the Pascal's wager.
Yeah. I'm trying to reply to that.
Earlier on, you stated that yes, you agree with him, to a certain extent. So did you say that? Are you saying that you, as an atheist, are taking the bigger risk?
No. I'm saying that the atheist position is the less risky position.
In what sense?
How is it
I'm trying to explain that, but it's very difficult.
Less risky.
Okay, the atheist position is less risky.
That's what he's saying.
Less risky.
Risky? What's the risk?
Why? Because, okay, I'm trying to reply, guys, but it's very difficult to make my point.
Sure.
Okay, because, okay, my hypothesis is that there is no God, so I can live my life based.
But you remember I showed you the two possibilities. Look, we have already dealt with one possibility where you basically afterlife, nothing exists. That's it.
You said that. Okay,
you cease to exist. So neither you nor me are going to be any worse off.
Exactly.
However, if there is a possibility that God exists and there is an afterlife, how have you prepared for that?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Vegard and I'm a Norwegian Muslim convert. I'm working with the Dawah organization IslamNet to establish the Deen of Allah here in Norway. I am so grateful to Allah for having guided me to Islam. Sadly, I am the only Muslim in my family. It hurts me that my parents haven't accepted Islam yet, and I ask Allah to guide them. But it also gives me a special drive to work for the establishment of Islam. I don't want anyone to miss the chance of becoming Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ said that the Muslims are like one body. If you can feel my pain, would you please help me relieve it? You are now my new family. Click the link and donate to establish this masjid and share in the reward for the message of Islam reaching the corners of Norway.